Hey everyone, it's James. I've been here about a month and I kind of wanted to do a list of things that I've learned so far here in Japan. I got 10 things, no really order to them, no ranking system, it's just 1 through 10. The first one is no tipping in Japan. This is a really weird concept because over in America we're really big about this, of course. Depending on how your service is, you either give $1, $5, $10, even with drinks. But it's not the same in Japan. It's the way they see it is the highest service is always going to be there, and they kind of factor that in already. So while you're in Japan, it's kind of looked down, or I wouldn't say looked down, but it's kind of weird to tip. So if you're to go to a restaurant and eat, you would just pay for your bill, and that'd be that. Um, which makes it really awkward sometimes when you're on base and you're trying to tip, or you're off base and you're trying to tip, or vice versa, and you're not tipping. It kind of feels weird because I almost feel bad not tipping sometimes because I think they did a great job. Especially a lot of Japanese people are really nice, so it's kind of hard to get that through my head, but I'm getting it. The second is the bread here. The bread here is delicious. I've eaten bread throughout my life. I mean, it's not been anything great. I mean, sometimes that Sara Lee Hard and Delicious is on point, but the bread here, let me see. I just went down to Lawson's and got some because I'm fiending, but they have a huge bread section, and I don't know what it is about these things, but they're just so soft and delicious, and I don't know. America's not really doesn't really have like a big, I don't know, the variety of bread. I mean, you got your donut shops, or you go to the bread aisle and just loaves of bread and maybe raisin bread, but nothing really beyond that. And it's really nice. Sorry if my voice is cracking a lot. I was doing a lot of karaoke last night too, so please, it's not normal, but it happens sometimes. And the people that know it happens a lot, just leave me alone. Leave me alone. But the bread here is fantastic. If you come here and you go to any convenience store, please buy some bread. Go to a bread store. Bread in Japanese is pan, and you can find it using katakana if you look around, but it's delicious. Go out and get some, please. Um, Coming here, the Japanese you think you know is going to be good enough, but it's not. There's certain things that are nice to know, and certain things that you think is good, but it's kind of hard to kind of put that in a conversation. So um, definitely, if you're studying Japanese, just keep on it. Maybe take some survival Japanese lessons. The one I went to, there's a class here, and it helped me a little bit. Got me a little refreshed, and it got me some keywords that was nice to know. Just little phrases that kind of round out the whole conversation that you need to like order food or something. So if you're learning Japanese, definitely check out some survival Japanese stuff, and you might learn some stuff that you will find very useful later when you actually come to Japan and have to use it. Um, if you haven't seen my video before about driving, that's one of my points. The driving in Japan can be very stressful for foreigners. Just being that you learned your whole life driving that you're supposed to do one way, but then you come to a different country, and it's kind of a lot. It's a lot different. It's definitely manageable, obviously, but or absolutely, but it's very stressful. I still kind of I got to watch myself. I got to stay focused and be on the left side of the road and not take a left or right turn when it's happening. And it seems to be a lot more people walking around than you would normally find in cities, except for like big cities. So that can be too. You got to definitely pay attention to pedestrians and um, bikes. I want to do something now. I'm going to try something. Hopefully, I can remember to do it every time. But no, I want to display a different drink that they have here that I've never seen before, or most people haven't seen, and kind of try them out because there's a lot of different drinks at convenience stores and vending machines and everything else, and it's just really fun to explore and just buy new things. And I kind of sometimes will just watch Japanese people and see what they buy, and I'm like, let me try that. That's how I got this one actually. It was a bunch stocked everywhere else, and then there was one of those gone. So I was like, somebody bought that, I'm gonna buy it too. But yeah, driving is stressful, definitely. The next one, I really, this really gets me. 500 yen coin. Using yen is perfectly fine. It's very easy. You just take off 2 zeros, and you get the American equivalent essentially. But the 500 yen coin, this guy right here makes my life miserable because me and coins don't mix. I will lose. I mean, most people don't really use much coins anymore, especially in America. The 25 or the quarter is about the highest you usually go, and you lose it a lot. But this is a $5 coin, and I've lost like a couple of these in my car already, and it just perturbs me that I'm losing $15 there. Or if I lost one coin, it could potentially be $5. If you lose a quarter, okay, it's a quarter. Cry over it for maybe a half a second, you're done. But $5, that's a lot, and I keep getting these things, but I keep forgetting to use them because I'm so used to using bills, so I just get more bills and more bills and more bills. So I'm holding $20 right now. This is $20, 2,000, nuts, and I've been trying to use them, but I'm terrible with change. I mean, I'm used to swiping the card and maybe some bills, but change, it goes in my pocket, or it gets lost in my pocket. Either way. Coffee in Japan is a lot different. I like it. I like it in Japan. It's just so many varieties, but you got to be careful though because a lot of the canned drinks won't be sweetened. So if you're all about your sweetened drinks, then you got to be careful because the Boss brand coffee from Suntory, a lot of those are just straight black coffee. And usually I pretty much see, if it says black on it, I'm just going to assume that it's black coffee. It doesn't have anything else. Let me see. Let me grab one here. The one I bought today, it feels like it's lightly sweetened, so it's kind of nice actually, because it's not too strong. Because I usually put a lot of sugar in mine because I'm a baby and I want something sweet. But this one right here, actually, it has a little kick of sweetness to it, which is nice because it's not too much. Because I'm trying to get off sugar or as much added sugar as I can, but at the same time, it makes the coffee pleasurable. So definitely watch out for that. But there's so many different types of brands. Please try all of them. They are awesome. Every one of them, they're great. And if you like your coffee strong, they have it here. Don't worry. The next one, let's see, number 7, City Feel and the Little Shops. So, walking around Masawa, it was a really nice feeling because there's so many little shops and so many hidden places that it's such a treat to walk around because just taking a different way home or something is just, you'll find a different store. There's so many restaurants that are just maybe 2-table restaurants, and you won't ever find them if you just use the main streets. And it's really nice to explore and be able to find those instead of having bigger places that kind of have everything. Even though there are some places here that kind of are like that way, but there's a lot of smaller shops that kind of just do their own thing and have kind of almost like a special thing. And it's really nice being able to walk around. It makes me excited to when I start getting out more and start eating a lot more Japanese at more Japanese restaurants to explore and see what we got. Because literally, you can just walk down almost any alleyway right now, and I'm finding a different place. And most of the time, I don't know what they serve because I can't really read most of it, so I'm kind of hesitant. But I haven't really gotten out too much, but I want to. The sun here rises at 4 a.m. or so, and it's awful at first because you're waking up. Most people wake up maybe 6 or 7 or so, and you'll wake up at 4 a.m., look out the window and see the light, and you're gonna flip out. You're gonna be like, "I'm late for work. Oh God!" Grab your phone, and it's like 4:30, and you're like, but it's nice though. It's really nice. It seems like the days they feel there's like a lot of sun here, which is really nice. But it comes really early, so just be prepared for that. It starts getting nice though, because then you kind of get up when it's morning, and it doesn't get dark till maybe 7 or 8. So it's if you like it, then I think it's worth it. Um, the phone plans here aren't like they are in the States, and I wouldn't say they're worse. I wouldn't really compare it like that. It's just different. They have a lot more focus on, at least with the smartphones, a lot more on data and not so much messaging and calls. Like for instance, the one I have is pretty much a data plan. It's pretty much, yeah, just data from what I can see. I mean, you can still message and call, but it'll cost you each time you do it. So that might rack me up, and I might have to switch depending on how much I'm using it, just because I got to use it a lot for work and everything else. But um, here, for example, the phone plan I have is you get 7 GB a month, and that's a lot for most people. I mean, um, unless you're streaming videos like all day, every day on just that, then you might hit 7 gigs. But most people can't be able to. Most people can't break two Gs for the average person. But then there's also there's different companies just like there is in America. But they have very specific rules on what you need to do. Whether it's calling after 9, will charge you. Everything else before that's free. If it's one carrier to the same carrier, then it's free calls, free that, which is kind of about the same as America. It's just a little different. There's a lot more rules, and you definitely have to pay attention to all the stipulations when you get your phone contract, because there's a lot that goes on, and a lot of you may not understand. So just be aware of that. But they have all the phones that you would expect in uh, America and even more. Never really dealt with much the Xperia phones, but they seem really popular here. They're just like as popular as the Galaxy S4 is what I have now. But they seem pretty cool too. But the last thing I want to hit on, number 10, is Japan is what you make of it. It's just like anywhere else in the world. But if you make it what it is here, you're going to have a great time. Things come up and go so fast. There's so many festivals going on, especially being summer right now. There's a lot of festivals that on the same dates in different areas that I want to go to. I want to go to all of them, but there's so much to do, and you definitely just have to keep your nose to the books, ear to the ground, whatever the term is. You got to do whatever it is to just keep yourself busy, because there's a lot to do, and it's really fun. I hope if you ever come to Japan and get to live here, or even a long vacation here, you really get to experience some of that stuff. Later, I want to definitely hit on some seasonal festivals and seasonal things you can do, because being northern Japan, there's a lot of snow, so there's definitely a lot of snow activities. Summer, Japan's all about festivals and just celebrating everything. Spring, you got cherry blossom viewing. But I need to go through a whole year of being in Japan before I can really talk about them, because I'm just kind of talking off of the top of my head right now more than experience. So, but thank you guys for tuning in. I'm really looking forward to more time here. It's only been a month. I have 35 more, so this is only the tip of the iceberg. And please stay with me for the other 35. You guys have a good night.